I have a little bit of old lady advice that I've learned from therapy. You know that feeling that you describe where it's like that, that, and you feel just so deeply connected, and everything is just firing. And the person's funny, they get you.
Is this going to be what Dr. Drew told you?
It's all
Similar.
It's all in ourselves.
I spent a lifetime always chasing that. And the best decision I ever made was to do away with my criteria of they have to be funny, they have to be this. And I just chose someone great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by whatever great is a definition that you yourself come up with. But for me, great was kind, reliable,
I know,
loyal,
believe me,
supportive,
I know.
And all of these things. And maybe they didn't have all the bells and whistles I had previously chased in my 20s and 30s. And maybe they weren't as creative or all of these things, but they were so much, it turns out they are so much more than that. And they just make me feel like myself again.
Yeah, I agree.
They make me feel so fully loved, and they make me feel anchored.
I agree. I don't agree with the idea of somebody not being funny. If I'm not laughing, I need.
If you need that, that's what I'm saying. Someone great is
my
your
whole
definition.
family.
I was just about to say.
My whole family is that. That's how
your
we show
mom's
love
the
and
best
receive
killer
love.
we know.
I think
your mom's a killer.
For me, it's not that they have to be funny. They just have to
Mrs.
understand
Glass.
your humor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And I like this ex I'm even thinking of now. It was like made me laugh a lot. And if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have been as attracted to her.
Did she make you cry a lot too, though?
Yeah, I don't want to get into talking about like any specific things other than what you're saying is top of the list. Absolutely.
That's
it's
your
non-negotiable. And then if somebody isn't that funny, but they're interesting or they could teach me things, but at least we could still laugh at stuff together, I'm okay with it. But laughing with somebody
You're right.
is non-negotiable as well.
That is a non-negotiable for me as well, like the laughing together, but they don't have to be a stand-up,
No.
level funny.
Stand-ups are not even that funny.
Some are.
Off stage, yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, I connect with people through bits, and like I want to be able to bit with her, and I want her to want to bit with me, and like I also want her to be able to say, hey, I don't like that bit, and I want to be able to be like read you loud and clear, and just like communicate and be direct, and then learn from each other. So eventually, like you don't have to tell each other.
It is very bonding.
And like what I have with him is Brent. When Brent comes on, the numbers are low. Whatever might be real or whatever might be fake. I believe, and now I feel validated since you said, we're just, not that it's good or bad, it's just like we have that shorthand to where he knows my intention, and like, you build that with somebody who's funny, and then like you also like you fuck each other and you love each other and stuff, it's like,
It's still on us?
What's that?
Still talking us? Because
No.
I cannot be a bottom with you. I've seen that root.
That Rue?
Root.
Oh, thanks, man.
He's a big boy.
Thanks, buddy.
His ass?
No, we both have no ass.
What are you looking for?
A bigger ass.
Con woman. I don't know, just a vagabond, just a real loose woman, just a rough. Just, she chews tobacco and she calls me gay because I like zins. She's all missionary, no creativity in the bedroom. But she reads. But she reads real, like anarchist books. She's racist, but she says it's a joke. Just matted hair, but she's not ethnic, and I don't understand it. Pale all summer. Just floppy.
So you want to date
tits.
Wednesday Addams?
No.
Most men do.
Mostly ugly.
Okay, so this happened right after the fight Khalyla and Esther had with Rick Glassman over him saying that their podcast wasn't funny. That's why you saw him point at Esther and reference the fight they had just had. But Khalyla admitted that her and Bobby Lee were just in an open relationship the entire time. Because per her words, she spent her entire life chasing people, her 20s and her 30s. And now that she's found someone who she's with now and had a baby with, He doesn't have to be funny. He just has to be loyal and reliable. Which, here's how I think the Bobby Lee and Khalyla relationship went. Now, I generally agree with most people that Khalyla probably is a terrible person. However, there are two sides to every story. Khalyla hooks up with this dude, this famous dude. People, like we all look at Bobby as crazy Bobby Lee, but people forget he was on Mad TV. I remember Bill Burr telling the story of like the first time he met Bobby Lee, and he wasn't like starstruck, but he was like, "Oh my God, that's Bobby Lee." And we all look at like, why would you think about Bobby Lee? In the '90s, being on a network television show was a big deal. Bobby Lee's been on shows, been on movies, been doing stand-up, is a successful guy, hooks up with this hot chick, Khalyla, when she was younger. He doesn't really fully commit, and she hooks up with him going into his lifestyle. I think essentially they just had an open relationship the entire time. And she used him, but like I've always said, people be wondering, all right, they're not together anymore. Why does he still take care of Khalyla? Why does he still have Khalyla on his podcast? I've always thought she knows the Bobby Lee secrets. She knows the deep, dark-seated secrets of, 12 years ago, one night, they hired somebody to do something freaky with them. Like Bobby can't get it up, or whatever weird stuff or terrible thing Bobby Lee did in real life. She was probably around for it, witnessed it, was down to do it. But that's probably why Bobby Lee forever is going to take care of her. I mean, he's seen her man and her baby, and he's even commented on it, calling them the entities. So he's not 100% happy about that, but he deals with it. And I think the fact he deals with it and it's not even on some like she's threatening him type thing, but it's on some, let me just never double cross this woman because she knows all my deep, dark-seated, weird Tijuana. Was that a real story about the girl who might not have been old enough? We've always heard that story. I wonder if, like, in the background, either Khalyla was probably not there for it, but he probably told her all about it. And one of the things she listed was loyalty as a thing she wanted, and the guy didn't have to be funny. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.